Hello yogis, welcome back to my channel. My name is Krista and this is day 1 of our Spring into Yoga challenge. To know more about this challenge, please watch the video from yesterday. For today's class, we are going to be doing a standing only class. So if you might need blocks, you might not, just have them handy just in case. Our theme for today is getting rooted. So we're really trying to find that connection with the soles of our feet into the mat, finding grounding, feeling rooted into the earth, and finding balance throughout our body. So we're going to start today's class. Come to stand at the top of your mat, just feet at a comfortable distance apart. Roll your shoulders back and down. Close down your eyes. Just bring a soft bend into your knees. And then place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. And just spending a couple minutes here, just connecting to your breath. Just noticing every inhale and every exhale. Notice as your belly inflates, and notice when your belly deflates. Think about elongating every exhale to help bring calmness into the body, which then brings calmness into your mind. And feel the soles of your feet root down into the earth, having an equal balance of weight between every corner of your feet. And last breath here. Place your hands by your side, gently open up the eyes. And to start this class, we're going to be doing something a little bit differently here. So bring a soft bend into the knees and just start to bounce. Just a light bounce. If you want, you can close your eyes for this. We're just moving our fascia in a different way. And if it feels good to just allow the arms to be heavy and sway side to side, twist the body, roll your head. Just whatever feels good here. Maybe allow your hands to hit different parts of the body. Just really waking up the fascia, waking up the mind. Shake, shake, shake. Whew, and then settle in. Come back to stillness. On the inhale, start to reach the arms out and up overhead. And on the exhale, pivot from the hips. Start to fold forward. And this might be your first forward fold of the day, so just keep a nice bend into the knees so you can rest your belly on your thighs. And here, this is where you might want your blocks, just to bring underneath your hands. And that just brings the ground a little bit more closer to you. So just allow your head and your upper body to sway. Maybe shifting your weight forward and back into the feet. And then root down into the feet, slight bend in the knees. Start to curl the spine up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Head and neck come up last. So we're going to move through this little wave exercise of the spine, or some people like to call it a little snake. So on the inhale, start to reach the arms up, maybe take them back, bend the elbows, lift the heart. And then exhale, round the spine as you fold forward. Inhale, poke your bum and chest out. Think of arching your back as you come all the way up to stand. Reach the arms high and back. Exhale, round the spine. Tuck your chin in as you come into your forward fold. Yeah, so we're trying to move like a wave. And don't be afraid to get your legs and your knees involved here. Beautiful. Dive forward. Yeah, think of finding that arch in the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades as you come up to stand. And the next time you arrive in standing, we're going to kind of do that in the opposite way. So from here, extend the heart forward, arch the back, reach the arms behind you, soft bend in the knees, and then fold. From here, curl the spine up. Beautiful. Let's arch the back, bend the knees. Maybe take your gaze up. Exhale, fold forward. Beautiful. One more time in this direction. Yeah. Move with intention. Move slow with awareness in the body. Last round, come up to stand. Bring your big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. And then start to reach the arms up, spiral the palms open up towards the sky. Sink your bum back and bend your knees. Coming into chair pose. Try not to arch the back here. Keep a nice neutral spine. The core is engaged here. And if it's okay for the neck, maybe you take your gaze slightly upward. Breathe. Maybe reach the arms a little bit higher overhead. Beautiful. And then arms come parallel to the floor. Shift your weight back so you can spread all 10 toes. And then start to lift your heels. Yeah, coming into a little toe stand. Just firing up the legs here, getting everything warm. Exhale, play with lowering down. Only go as far as you can control, as far as it's comfortable for you. Once you've come to your depth, very slowly, let's come all the way up to the top. Breathe. Remain high on the tippy toes. Keep finding your balance. Heels down, forward fold, release. Walk your feet about hip distance apart or even a little bit wider. And then walk your hands to the outside of the right foot and bring a slight bend into the right leg. You'll start to find a nice side body stretch here. Breathe. And slowly start to walk to the other side as you straighten through that right leg and then bring a slight bend as you bring your hands to the outside of the left foot. Beautiful. Come back to center. Inhale, let's roll the spine all the way up to stand. From here, we're going to step back to a crescent lunge. So we're going to keep our left foot forward. Our right foot is going to step to the back of our mat. We're going to remain onto the balls of the feet. Our heel is going to be lifted. And then that front leg, you want to keep that knee stacked over the ankle, just so you have a nice strong foundation in the legs. And if you need to, you can play with bringing the legs further apart or closer together. Then from here, reach the arms up overhead. Hips stay square to the top of your mat. Beautiful. And then slowly lean your upper body forward. Reach the upper body, the arms in a diagonal. Keep the legs exactly where they are. Breathe. Inhale, let's lift back up to crescent lunge. Exhale, lower your back knee down to hover or maybe to touch the floor. Inhale, lift it back up. Beautiful. Straighten your back leg. Exhale, lower to hover. Inhale, let's lift. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift back up. Beautiful. Back heel pivots down. Open the arms up into your warrior two. Let's keep the legs active here as we think about energetically pulling the soles of the feet together to help engage the inner thighs. Breathe, slow, steady breathing. Straighten through that front leg. Poke your back hip out behind you. Reach forward. And then pivot from that front hip. Slide that arm onto the thigh, the shin, or the floor, coming into triangle pose. If it's comfortable for the neck, take your gaze up towards the top hand. If not, then just keep it forward or looking down. That front leg, make sure your quadricep stays engaged here. Engage the obliques. Inhale, let's lift all the way up. Hands onto the hips. Pivot all 10 toes to the long edge of your mat. With a big inhale, reach the chest up and forward. Exhale, fold from the hips. Wide-legged forward fold. Notice where you are shifting most of your weight in your feet. You really want to center the weight in the middle of the foot, as opposed to the toes or the heels. Last breath here. Inhale, come up to a flat back. Pivot the toes out, heels stay in. And then walk your hands onto the thighs. Bend the knees, coming into goddess pose. So we're going to keep this goddess pose moving a little bit here. So arms just come in front. And on the inhale, straighten the legs, squeeze the bum at the top, and reach the arms overhead. Exhale, sweep the arms down as you bend the knees. Beautiful. Inhale, let's reach up, gaze up. Exhale, sink it down. And as we're moving in and out of goddess pose, make sure your knees are pressing back behind you and you're lengthening your tailbone down towards the floor. Beautiful. Few more. Try not to lean forward with the chest. Last one. Beautiful. Come all the way up to stand. Sweep the arms just onto the hips. We're going to step to the top of our mat. Shift your weight into that left foot. Come onto the right toes. Open up that right leg. Going to find tree pose here. So the toe can stay onto the ground, or you can start to slide that foot on the shin or anywhere on that standing leg. Just make sure you're nice and strong in through your core. Yeah, squeeze your glutes. Try not to poke that left hip off to the side. Think of really squeezing everything into the midline. Gaze at something that is very still. And then from there, maybe you find your tree branches, reaching your arms up towards the sky. You can keep it moving, allow your tree to sway. Last breath here. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Bring that right knee forward and then step it down to the mat. And we'll do that on the other side. So this time our right leg's gonna stay forward. Step your left foot all the way to the back of your mat. Yeah, once you find that foundation in the legs, then start to take your arms overhead for your crescent lunge. Keep yawning, open that back leg. Start to reach your fingertips forward, lean your upper body forward. Legs stay as they are. Take one inhale here, one exhale. Inhale, come all the way back to crescent lunge. Exhale, dip that back knee down, maybe to hover, maybe to touch. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, slowly come closer to the floor. Yeah, beautiful. Yawn, open the back of that leg. One more, lower it down. Beautiful, straighten that leg. Pivot the back heel down, open up warrior two. Yeah, keep energetically reaching out through the fingertips while finding those opposing forces with the legs. Think of energetically drawing everything in. One more breath here. Straighten through your front leg, poke your back hip out behind you, reach forward, and then pivot from the front hip crease, find your triangle pose. Stack the shoulders one on top of the other as if there's a wall behind you. So you want to think of having a nice straight back. Last breath here. Inhale, engage your obliques to lift your shoulders over your hips. Place your hands on your hips. Pivot all 10 toes to the long edge of your mat. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Extend the arms, reach your chest forward. Exhale, fold. Try not to lean all your weight into the heels. Really find release in those shoulders, in through the neck. And then just come up halfway, just enough that you can release your hands. Bring your hands back down onto the earth. Pivot your heels in, toes out. Walk your hands onto your thighs. Bend your knees. So again, from here, we want to think of, again, a wall behind us. Tuck your tail down towards the floor for goddess pose. Make sure your knees are over the ankles. And then from here, inhale, start to reach the arms, squeeze the bum at the top. Exhale, bend the knees, lower. Inhale, let's reach up, straight legs. Exhale. Maybe get a little bit lower. Last one. Inhale, let's reach. Exhale, goddess pose. Inhale, let's take it all the way up. And then hands onto the waist. Let's step to the top of your mat. This time, root down in through the right foot. Come onto the left toes. And then open up that left leg so the knee points off to the side. Option is stay here or slide that foot somewhere on your standing leg. Yeah, find your balance. Hands can stay on the hips or start to play with the arms. And they don't have to go overhead, just really allow them to sway. Maybe you find a little bit of a dance. Yeah, be okay with exploring different movements in the body. The body really loves to move in all of the ways. Last few breaths here. Keep your balance. And then come back, hands to heart center. Track that left knee forward. Drop it down. From here, I'm just going to take my right ankle, cross it over the left. Inhale, reach the arms high overhead. Right hand clasp left wrist. Inhale to lengthen upwards, and then take your reach over towards the right side. Inhale, come back up to center. Release the arms, uncross the feet. Left crosses over right. Left hand catches right wrist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, side bend. Beautiful. Come back up to standing. Release the arms, uncross the legs. And just settle in. Find a nice comfortable stance with the feet hip distance apart. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears, back and down. Arms rest by your side, palms face forward. And close down your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And with an open mouth, let it go. Last one, breathe in. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Just come back to your breath. Feel your heartbeat. And feel your feet root down into the floor. And just take this time to thank yourselves for coming onto your mat, for moving with your breath, and for honoring your breath, and for honoring your body and wherever you are in your practice. Thank you so much for joining me today. And bring your hands to heart center, and I will see you for day 2 tomorrow. Namaste.